Hey y'all. Ooh, how y'all doing today? Ooh, my hair standing up. Drop in a comment. Let me know if you're having a good day. And if you're not, if your day is not going well, what can you do to fix it? Okay? What can you do to fix it? Don't accept your day going anyhow. But I wanted to hop on here. I think this is going to encourage me more than it's going to encourage y'all, okay? Because I am in, well, I wouldn't call it a hard spot or a hard place, but it's definitely somewhere that I don't want to be. And I know I don't have to be. And so I know I have to make up my mind. I have to decide. I don't know if you caught yesterday's video. I talked about the power of a made up mind, and it can totally change your life. Like, go ahead and listen to it. I mean, my entire life has been changed based off of that decision that I shared in that video that I made up my mind on. Okay, everything, like all of the great things that I have done in my life can be linked back to that decision. So if you didn't watch it, please go ahead and watch it. But today, I want to encourage me. And if it encouraged you while I'm encouraging me, that's a bonus. Okay. So from the video I did yesterday, and I think even before that, it just had me thinking, because I've been believing God for something for a couple of years now, and it has been one letdown after another. But last year, December, or like November going into December, I felt so strongly that God was telling me to like give it another try, and this time it was gonna happen. A miracle was gonna work. And so I was like, all right, let me go ahead and try again. And it was almost, I don't know if you guys been in a situation where it's like you don't have much strength left. You don't have a lot of strength left. You just have a tiny little bit left, and it's like, I'm gonna muster up this last little bit of strength that I have and push through with this thing. That's kind of what it was for me, because I was sick of the disappointment and just being let down, right? And so, but I felt this strongly. And so I said, all right, I'm gonna try again. God is gonna blow my mind. And so I tried again, and it didn't work. So after when it didn't work, I guess I was disappointed that it didn't. I don't think I was upset with God about it, but I believe like I was disappointed that it didn't happen. And it was like, all right, God, I know you're gonna do it, and so I'm just gonna leave it up for you to do it. So when this year came for me to look into that thing again, I'm like, I don't know if I even want to. I'm like, all right. So I decided, all right, I'm gonna look into it and see. Maybe my options has changed. I looked into it, and it turned out that an option that I thought that I wouldn't even have, I have it now, right? But there's more steps that needs to be taken for things to be finalized. However, I'm in a space where I believe God can do it. I know he's gonna do it. I don't know when. And I'm scared of believing for it to happen this year, or hoping that it will happen this year, right? Because if it don't, I don't think I can take that disappointment again. Let me know if you relate to this. And so this is me being raw, transparent. What is it called? Hot, honest, open, and transparent. This is me being hot with y'all, okay? And so it's like, all right, God, I know that I know you can do it in the blink of an eye if that is your will, right? I know it. And I know you're gonna do it because of what your word said when you promised me. I just don't know when. And I'm just scared to believe that this is the time, because I don't think I can handle being disappointed again. And so I'm scared to hope. I'm scared to hope. And so yesterday I was listening to this morning, I was listening to the Sunday video from Transformation Church, and he was talking about being optimistic is not an option. And it's resonated with me so well because this situation came back to mind. Again, this is not, yesterday or this morning wasn't the first time that this awareness that this is an issue. The fact that I'm hesitant to go, baby girl sleeping. The fact that I'm hesitant to go all the way in when it comes to just hoping again on this situation, that there's an issue that needs to be addressed. This morning wasn't the first time that came to my attention, but this morning when I started listening to that to the sermon, I was like, all right, God. And so then he mentioned how Hebrews 11:1, right, where it said, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. So what is faith if you don't have hope? It's not assuring anything if you don't have hope, right? And so these are my thought process, y'all, in my head, and I am like thinking and having conversation with God at the same time. And so I felt convicted. And on my way home, after I dropped my kids off to school this morning, I repented and I asked God to forgive me for being scared to hope again, and which essentially is being afraid to believe in him, and believe that he can do it, right? Although that is not what my intentions are, but that's what my actions are saying. And so, and it made me think of the video from yesterday, and I talked about when you fall, dust yourself up and get back up, right? And there's a scripture that I didn't get a chance to look it up that talks about a man falls 7 times and get back up 8, something like that. Maybe, I think it might be in Ecclesiastic or Proverbs, one of them. But I'm on my phone, so I wasn't able to look it up. And it made me think of yesterday. And the reason why it made me think of yesterday is because if you're not hoping for something, you won't get back up. You will throw in the towel. If you are not hoping for something, you're going to close the door to it. You won't leave room for the possibility of that thing to happen. And something else that I shared yesterday that is coming to mind for me is the phrase that I heard from this sermon I was listening to, is that faith doesn't make it easy. Faith makes it possible, right? And so I'm encouraging myself. I have laid how I'm feeling to the feet of God, and I'm praying about it and working through things with him. But the thing is, I have to, again, back to the decision to make up my mind that I am going to go all in on this thing with God, and I am going to completely and fully believe, no matter how many no's that I hear, believe that he's going to do it. And again, like I said, my issue is not that I don't know he's going to do it. It's like, I don't know if he's going to do it this year. And so I have to believe again that he's going to do it this year, and hope that he's going to do it this year, because he gave me a word. He gave me a confirmation. He gave me something to hold on to that I've been afraid to grab, because I don't want to be disappointed again, right? And so I'm encouraging myself. Now, if this encouraged you, let me know in the comment. But I am encouraging myself to make up my mind to completely trust God in this situation and know that he's already working it out. And it doesn't matter what obstacle comes in my way, he's already working it out. And this morning, while I was talking to God about this thing, I shared with y'all how, I repented and I asked for forgiveness, because one of my thing with God was like, why did you make me try? Well, he didn't make me, but I felt led to try again, and I was obedient, and I tried again, right, last year. And so my thing was like, why did you make me try again if it wasn't gonna work? That was my thing. I was like, I would have been perfectly fine just being okay with like the last try that we did and it didn't work. It's like, all right, but then you made me get my hopes up. And while I was driving home this morning, and I was having that conversation with God and just repenting, one of the things that came to mind is, if you didn't try the last time, you wouldn't have been connected with that person that seemed to be God sent, because he's been very helpful in the matter compared to other people that I have reached out to before, right? Like, he has been very diligent in the matter. So that's one. Two, you wouldn't have known what the issue was, what to even work on, because like, the previous people were just ghosting you, right? So these are things. And so what if you were led to try again, not because that was going to be the time that God was going to be to give you the answer that you desire, but because that was the time for you to get the information that you needed to put you in the right position so you can get the answer that you desire from God. So that was what came to my mind this morning while I was driving. And so I was like, all right, God. And I thank him. And I thank him for that person that he connected me to, because again, he has been very diligent in the matter. And so, to sum this up, in me, encouraging me, I hope y'all enjoy my sense of humor. Ooh, Winnell, you can trust your Father. You're safe in his hands. And even if you are disappointed, even if you are disappointed, he has you in his hands and he can make it better. And so go ahead and hope again, and know that he got you. Your Father got you. That's my pep talk for today. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. And I also wanted to share a scripture that when I was looking up scripture on hope, it was like, okay. So because I've been in the book of Hebrews lately, it's going to be my next book to study. God has revealed to me, or he gave me a revelation on rest from the book of Hebrew that I haven't shared yet. But Hebrews 10:23 says, let's hold on to the confession of our hope without wavering, because the one who made the promise is reliable. Let us hold on to the confession of our hope without wavering, because the one who made the promise is reliable. Y'all, when I read that, I was like, okay, God. I hear you. I'm hoping again. And from this moment forward, I have made up my mind that every word that I speak concerning that situation is going to be in alignment with me building it up and not tearing it down. Have a blessed rest of your day. Let me know, what are you hoping for in this season?